Let's start in child's pose today, so you can make your way onto the mat. Your feet are together, knees are wide. And let's start by reaching those fingertips towards the front of the mat. And you can start to place your forehead on the ground. Okay, so we're using this time to center, to let go, to release. So on the inhale, see if you can bring those hands out in front of you, stretching the fingertips towards the front of the mat. And on the exhale, you're sinking hips down to heels. Take a full breath in through the nose. And exhale, let it go. Okay, on this next breath, start to do a body scan. So see what our starting point is, see if there's any aches and pains in the body, any places that might need a little bit more attention as we get moving. On the exhale, let all of that go. Okay, on this next breath, can you increase that shoulder stretch, reaching those hands even further away from you. And on the exhale, you're sinking hips down to the heels. So if these hips aren't feeling great, you can always connect the knees as well. That's another way to do this child's pose. Okay, let's bring the hands to connect behind the head. So you have those elbows hugged in tight towards the ears. So getting a nice stretch through the arms. And maybe create some slight movement, moving those hands up and down. All right, from here, let's lift up into tabletop. So we're pulling those shoulders over the wrists, hips over knees, and we'll warm up the spine. So we're gonna drop that stomach down, look up to the ceiling, and then exhale into your cat, reaching your back up towards the top of the room. So these two poses are really nice because it allows you to stretch both the lower back and the upper back. Sometimes it can be harder to stretch out that top half of your back. So we're gonna keep rolling up and down. And this is your space to get creative. So maybe you wanna roll out ankles or flip the palms, getting some movement in the wrists. You can always bring your fingertips to point towards the knees. Just kind of lean back and forth on those wrists, on the hands. Maybe your shoulders need a little more opening and you're moving your shoulders from side to side. And maybe you want to roll out the neck from left to right. So use this space to just warm up, do whatever feels good. Okay, from here, let's lift the right foot up. So we're gonna reach that right foot towards the ceiling. Notice that my foot is parallel with the top edge of the ceiling. And you might start moving this knee from side to side. So we're opening up the hip here. And then give yourself the space to rotate direction, so move in the other direction as well. Okay, if we want to add in a balance component, you're reaching that left hand out, you're engaging your core through center to keep stabilized, so you're not, shaking from side to side. Okay, from here, let's reach this left hand towards the right foot. So you're gonna look behind that right shoulder, reaching that foot to the ceiling. Let's lower the knee down. We're gonna do that on the other side. I'm lifting this left knee up and rotating through the knee. Getting opening in the hip. And then move in the other direction too. Okay, for balance challenge, I'm extending this right hand out. Okay, From here, I'm grabbing this right hand to the left foot. I'm looking over my left shoulder, lifting that left foot high for tiger pose. Okay, let's drop this left knee. We're gonna lift up. Let's do gate pose here, extending that left foot out. I'm gonna start by bringing my left hand down the left leg, reaching this right hand overhead. Okay, now I'm gonna drop my right hand to the ground. You're lifting your left foot high. So we're in a modified half moon. You can always keep that foot grounded or try floating the foot through the air. Okay, and then we lower. We're gonna switch legs. So now that right leg is extended. And you're starting to slide down that right leg. Left hand reaches overhead. Feeling that side body stretch through the left. Okay. Now I'm moving my left hand to the ground. So we're going to be bringing that right hand towards the left side and then option to float this right foot through the air for a modified half moon. All right, we're going to bring that right hand back down. Let's move to hands and knees and lift your hips up towards the ceiling for your downward facing dog. So I'm pedaling knees in and out. And you can lift up to your toes, really getting a nice stretch through the feet. Maybe moving forward into high plank and just move back and forth here. Okay, so now that we've warmed up the feet, let's focus on the ankles. So we're gonna drop these heels over to the right side. So you're in a downward facing dog, moving your heels to the right, then we go back through center. We're dropping heels over to the left. All right, let's lift back up. And let's bend through the knees. So I'm just hovering my knees over the ground. Okay, and let's hover knees again. Look towards your hands and either step your way to the top or you can jump and land at the top of your mat. So we're gonna roll it to standing. And we're lifting up into our first mountain pose. So I'll turn to face you guys. Our feet are together, our hands are lifted. So look up towards the ceiling. Let's bring the palms together. Can you lean back? Okay, back through center. Let's grab the right wrist and lean over to the right side. And right back through center, going over to the left. And we lift back up. Let's open those arms wide. Exhale as you fold down to the floor. So I'm reaching my hands towards my feet. You can always bend your knees to help get there. Inhale to a half lift. Can you bring your hands to your shins? Your back is flat. My chest is parallel with the ground. And then exhale, we're stepping back into our first high plank. All right, so I'm gonna pull shoulders over the wrist. And you can either stay with your knees lifted or you can drop your knees and cross the ankles. We're gonna move through our first push-up. You're gonna bend through the arms. You're trying to hug your elbows in towards your sides. You're stopping at the height of your elbows instead of collapsing to the ground. So we need to have some strength here to hold ourselves high. Inhale to your baby cobra, legs on the floor, chest is lifted. And then exhale, push back to down dog. Okay, so my hips are pointing up towards the ceiling. I'm pulling chest in towards the feet. And then exhale, let's step forward again. Inhale, half lift. And then exhale, bend. So I'm inhale, mountain pose, reach high. Palms together, lean back. And we go through center, leaning over to the left. And to the right side. And reach back up. You can goal post your arms as you fold down to the floor. Inhale, half lift, flat back. And then exhale, stepping back into a high plank. Remember, you can drop knees to the ground if you need to. Really stack your shoulders. Let's bend down through the elbows, stopping at the height of the elbows. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And then exhale, the down dog. Let's do that one more time, just like that step or float ahead. Feet at the top, inhale, half lift, flat back, exhale, full to the floor. Inhale, mountain pose, arms lift. Feet steady on the ground, palms together, lean back. Oh, back cracked. Back through center, let's lean to the left. Try to keep your elbows in tight towards the ears. We go through center, we go to the right. Inhale, lift back up, open the arms, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. And then exhale, step or float back. So you're gonna bring those feet behind you. Remember, you can drop the knees, moving through your push-up, pausing at your elbows. Inhale to open the heart, up dog or cobra. And then exhale, down dog. Okay, from here, let's work on the right side. You're gonna lift that right foot high, toes are flexed to the ground. Let's bend through this right knee. Can you open up the hip? So I'm trying to pull my right foot down. I'm lifting that right knee high. Exhale, bring the knee in towards the nose. Let's just say lifted. Try to pull your knee closer to your chest here. Say for 3, 2, and 1. I'm pulling this right foot down. Let's lift up to warrior 1. So both heels are pressed into the mat. If you need to, you can always step this left foot up to make sure that both heels are connected with the floor. Okay, so my palms are facing in. So eagle arms, you're gonna bring right elbow underneath the left. Either connect the hands together or do a shoulder grab and lean back. So getting that heart opener, mini back bend, and then exhale into humble warrior with your eagle arms. So we're bringing elbows down to the knee. You're bringing your weight back towards your heels to stay grounded. Notice I have my complete foot pressed against the mat. Inhale, let's reach back up. And exhale, unwind, bring the hands down. Option to float this right foot through the air as you move. Inhale to open, and then exhale to down dog. So we're gonna do that again. Lift the left foot up, bend through this left knee. Pulling the right heel down, left knee high. All right, let's pull knee in towards the nose. We're pulling that knee even higher. We're staying for 3, 2, and 1. Press that left foot against the ground. Let's lift up to warrior 1. So finding that stance on the floor. Let's bring eagle arms into it. Left elbow under the right. Palms together or grab the shoulders, lean back. And then exhale, elbows to the knee. Humble warrior shape. So we stay, we keep breathing. You're leaning back to your heels. Hips are facing forward. Okay, from here, let's lift back up. You can unwind the hands. Exhale, we fold. So from here, you have the option to float that left foot. Inhale to open, and then exhale to down dog. Okay. All right, so let's do it on the right side again. Let that right foot high, bend through the right knee. We're pulling this right foot forward, lifting up again to warrior 1. Been here a few times, creating those eagle arms, right elbow under the left, palms bind, lean back, and move forward towards that right leg. Okay, so we're gonna stay here. And you might start to float that left heel off of the ground. Maybe you're even lifting this left foot off of the floor. So you can keep these eagle arms or bring hands to heart center. That might help stabilize. Let's try to flex the toes of the left foot down to the ground. Can you even out your hips so you're pulling this left hip down? Okay, so we stay for 3, 2, and 1. Can you unwind your hands or pulling this left hand back? We're gonna step the left foot to the floor. So you're bending through this right knee. Now we're landing in warrior 2. Okay, so let's check in with alignment. We want front knee over heel, front shoulder over the hip instead of leaning forward. Palms are facing down. You're looking over that front hand. Can you open up this right hip even more by pulling the right knee to the right side? Okay, so once we're there, let's lift this right hand up. Reach up towards the ceiling. Can you pull even higher? And back to warrior 2. Let's just float up and down through the arms. We're gonna go for another 3, 2, and 1. You're gonna cartwheel hands down to the floor. So I'm bringing this right foot high and back down to the ground. Now left foot lifts. Bend through that left knee, pull the knee in towards center. We stay for 3, 2, and 1. Float that left foot down. We're lifting up to warrior 1. Both heels on the ground. Remember, you can always set this right foot up. Create the eagle arms, left elbow under the right, lean back. From here, move forward towards the knee. So pressing every inch of your feet into the ground. Okay, we stay for 3, 2, and 1. Can you prepare to launch? So start by floating that right heel off the ground. You can always stay here, or you're bringing that right foot off of the floor. Hands can stay in the body, modification, hands at heart center. Let's adjust this right hip down, toes flex to the mat. Staying for 3, 2, and 1. Can you unwind your hands, bringing this right foot down, right arm back, left knee's bent. Okay. Setting up in this stance. For less of a lunge, just bring your back foot forward. But we still want to keep 90-degree bend in this front leg. So you can choose your challenge level. It's going to get harder as your feet get further away from each other. We're sinking into the lunge, opening this left knee. This front shoulder over the hip still. All right, inhale, reverse, bring that left hand high. And back to warrior 2. Let's keep flowing up and down. Keep breathing. Okay, let's cartwheel the hands to the floor. This time, option to flip this left foot through the air, bending through my arms. Inhale, open, exhale to down dog. Okay, let's take a moment to reset and chair. So we're gonna jump or step your feet to the top, landing softly, bending through the hips. So we first relax the shoulders. Hands can be out for more arm work or hands at heart center. Okay, check in with your knees. Are your knees in line? Most likely you need to bring one knee back so they're at the same place. Are you breathing still? Can you sink those hips down? Okay, we keep holding, we keep breathing. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Release down to the floor, reach for your toes. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, can we step this left foot back? So once again, lifting up to warrior 1. See those quick eagle arms, right elbow under the left, lean behind you. Move down towards that knee. Okay, so just like before, float that left foot off of the floor. Okay, we're staying here. You can always bring hands to heart center. Okay, I'm gonna add a tricky element in. So from here, can we move into halfway? You're gonna unwind your hands. You're bringing this right hand down to the floor. You're reaching the left arm up. Okay, so I'm trying my best to stack the shoulders. I want the left foot pointing towards the left side of the mat. So gaze, you can either be looking at the top left corner to be a little more challenging. You can bring your gaze up towards that top hand. See how that affects your balance. Are you still engaging your core, tucking it in so that you are stabilizing? Okay. If you want even more challenge, we're floating this right hand off the ground. You can bend your right knee a little bit. And you're standing on this right leg. Remember, you can always bring your hand back down. Okay, let's move into that warrior 2, left foot to the floor, front knee bent. Take a second, catch your breath, because we're gonna keep going. Let's bring that right hand high. And hand down. Let's flow a few times here. Can we move into extended side angle? So right hand towards the floor, left hand high. Remember, if you need a little bit more break, just pull this left leg up. You're looking towards the ceiling. Is your right knee still over the heel? I know it's gonna wanna try to straighten to make it easier, but see if you can keep it bent. You're reaching tall. Stay for 3, 2, and 1. You're cartwheeling down. Oh, okay. We're gonna keep going. One more side. Let's float this right foot through the air as you lower. Inhale, open. Exhale, down dog. Okay. Move this left foot ahead. Let's bring our hands side of warrior 1. Sinking through this front knee. Now you have eagle arms, left elbow under the right, palms bind or grab the shoulders, lean back, and lean ahead, humble warrior. Whew. All right. So once you're ready to launch, you're dragging that right heel off of the floor, foot lifts, slight bend in that left leg, toes flex to the ground. Option for hands at heart center. So we're here. Can we move into that half moon? Can you bring this left hand to the ground and the right hand to the ceiling? Another modification you can bring your hand to your hip. Okay, so let's work on this right foot. Toes of my right foot flex to the right side. My gaze is either at that top right corner of the mat or it's looking to this top hand. Keep breathing, don't hold your breath. If you want a final challenge, you're lifting this left hand off of the ground. Well, and just holding tall. Okay, let's set this right foot back down. Now I'm in a warrior 2. Checking in with this front lunge, 90-degree bend. Inhale, reverse. Move up and down a few times. And I'm going into extended side angle, reaching that left hand forward, hands up and down. You're looking to your top hand, trying to drop this bottom hand, reach tall. Can you create more wingspan, more length in the shoulders? One more breath, and exhale to float. Okay, this time option to float that left foot. Remember, you can always bend knees to the ground, or keep both feet on the floor. Opening this chest. And let's push back to a child's pose. That was a lot of work. Okay, just take a moment to recenter. You can keep your hands out in front of you, or maybe you're bringing hands above your head. Okay, use this grounding moment to slow down your breaths. Okay, from here, we're gonna go into a full cobra pose. This is a chance to strengthen the lower back, open the heart. We're looking tall. We're gonna start floating back and forth. So we go back to child's, and I reach up to full cobra. You can have a slight bend in the knee, in the elbows. Just keep going back and forth. Okay, let this be at your own pace, your own breath. So maybe you're going slower, then maybe you're going faster. Maybe you're hanging out in one pose longer than the other because that one feels really good. It's what your body needs right now. So just listen to you. All right, from here, we're gonna go into a modified side plank. So we're gonna bring this right knee to the floor, right hand on the floor, reaching this left arm tall. All right, I have this left foot on the mat. You're here. So if you want to make this harder, bring your right foot to meet the left foot. And another modification you can do, you can also try this on your forearm. So choose the combination that works best for you today. From here, can you lift the hips high? Okay, we're gonna start doing hip dips. So you're moving your hips up and down. If you do this for long enough, you will be really sore in the morning, So we're gonna keep going. Okay, let's go for another 10, 9, 8, oh geez, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, just one more time. Okay, let's go back into child's pose for a moment. Just breathe. Okay, we're gonna lift back up. We're doing that side plank on the other side. We start with left knee on the ground, right foot's your anchor, left hand in front, right arm's lifting. Okay, remember you can do this on your forearm, or you can bring this left foot to meet the right foot. Maybe you bring this hand to the hip too. Let's start doing hip dips on this side. Just gonna move up and down. Just keep doing this for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. One more child's pose. Maybe you also flip the wrists up and down and just give them some break. Okay, so we're gonna lift up. You're bringing this right foot in front. Start with hands at heart center. You're leaning forward. Let's twist to the right side. Hooking this left elbow outside of the right knee. Can you twist this right shoulder back? Okay, so we're starting with left knee on the ground. If you want to add the balance component back in, we're lifting left knee off the floor. Keep looking towards this top elbow. Make sure this front knee is stacked over the heel. So you still want alignment. And maybe you reach this right hand high, left hand to the floor. Maybe you reach your top hand to the left hip. Keep pulling this right shoulder back. Can you look behind you? Okay, we're gonna bring hands to the ground. Right foot to the outer edge of the mat. Take a moment to shift back and forth. Opening up the hips. Maybe you try dropping right knee to the right side. Okay, now I'm bringing left knee to the floor. Either stay on your palms if you want to get deeper, you're moving forearms or maybe even your forehead to the mat. If you guys want to try something really crazy, you can stay here. Another option is to bring this right shoulder under the right knee. So for that, it's gonna look like this. You're pulling that right shoulder underneath. There's a chance your hips might not be open enough for that yet. If so, it's okay, just stay on the floor. So if you're right here, you have your hands at hips width distance, and you're setting yourself up for hurdler's pose. So if you do want to try this one, you can start by leaning into your palms, keeping your gaze at the top edge of your mat. You're lifting this right foot up, and you're eventually going to lower your forehead closer to the ground. This left foot might lift off the mat. So just something else to try. Okay, so we're down here. Let's bring this right foot back through center. Tuck toes of that left foot. We're going into a wide-legged forward fold. You're going to be facing the left edge of your mat and lowering down. So see if you can lean ahead. And you can always bring hands, to your legs, or maybe you try pulling your feet farther away from each other to help get closer to the ground. And then just breathe into the bend. If you want, you can flip your hands so your fingers are pointing towards your legs. Okay, Okay, let's start to walk back towards the front of the mat. And we're gonna move into half pigeon. You're pulling this right foot across the top edge of your mat. Left leg is pointing straight back. Okay, let's take a moment, lift your chest high, look up. And then exhale to fold back down. So from here, if you do have a block or a book, well, maybe not a book, a block, you can rest your forehead on the ground. Maybe you're resting on your arms. Or maybe you're still on your palms, that's good too. So just find that level of depth that you want to push into. Okay, and now we're gonna lift this right foot high. And can you bend through the seam, knee circles like we did in the beginning of class. This time you're in down dog instead of on the hands and knees. Okay, from here you might be pulling this right foot towards the left side. Maybe it keeps pulling down to the ground and you go into your foot dog or wild thing. For that, my feet are going straight back and lifting hips up. Your right hand is going towards the back of the mat or the front of the mat. You're lifting your hips up. You're staying lifted. So as you push your hips to the ceiling, we're strengthening that backside. Keep breathing. And exhale, let's flip back around. Okay, this time I pull this left foot forward. Sink into low crescent lunge. So let's duplicate that on the left side. Bring your hands to heart center, lean forward, twist to the left. Hook the right elbow outside of the left knee. Check in with this 90-degree bend on the left leg. Can you pull this left shoulder high? If you want, hands are up and down, or lift that right knee off the ground. See if you can keep looking towards this top hand. Maybe that hand goes into a bind towards the right hip. Try to twist back even more, look behind you. Okay, from here, hands to the floor, left foot to the outer edge. And we're loosening up that left hip. We're moving front to back, side to side a little bit. And when you're ready to melt into the floor, right knee to the ground. Hands might stay where they are. You can move deeper towards the floor. Or you can try moving into hurdlers again by bringing this left shoulder under the left knee. Most likely one hip's tighter than the other. For me, the left side's always tighter. Your hands are at hips with distance. You're looking towards that top edge of the mat. You're starting to lean into your palms. And then this left foot might lift. And then the right leg might lift. But my left side is not going to cooperate today. So you can also hang out with me under the shoulder. Okay, let's move this left foot to the center. You're tucking toes of that right foot. You're moving into your wide-legged forward fold towards the right edge. So you're spinning to the right. You're lowering back down to the ground. If you want, you're creating a shoulder rinse by connecting palms behind you. From there, you can lean forward. Maybe you're just grabbing the palms or the forearms as you lean down. And lean ahead. So for this one, our tendency is to lean back because we're afraid of our faces crashing to the floor. Don't be afraid of that. Just start leaning towards your toes. Even if you fall, it's really not that far, but you probably won't even fall. So just trust yourself to stay stable. Maybe you have a slight bend in the legs too. You're leaning forward, we're engaging the back sides of the legs even more. Okay, we're gonna spin back to the front. Your left leg is ahead. We're moving into that half pigeon. Can you drag your left foot to the right side of the mat? Sink the hips down, point this right foot straight back. So I want toes pointing to this small edge of the mat. You're lifting up. And exhale, release down. Release onto the arms. Okay, let's lift back up again. Where does the time go, you guys? We're gonna lift this left foot high, circling through this left knee, just like we did before. Okay, from here, you might go into that flip dog, right foot releasing towards the ground. Hips are lifting up. You're using your lower back to lift. You're bringing this left hand to the front edge of the mat. I'm lifting up and pulling my hand back. I'm also bringing my knees towards the back side. So we have energy going up and to both edges, short edges. So let's lift. And then exhale, foot back around again. Whew. Okay, let's go into a high plank. We're gonna lower onto the forearms. So when I do that, I'm pulling my shoulders back over the elbows. Okay, if you need a modification, try dropping the knees and doing this on your palms. Let's see if we can stay lifted. And let's hold this plank. So we're gonna be here for several breaths. Just keep holding on. See how long you can stay lifted. Okay, we're staying for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're releasing hips down. Just take a moment, rest on your forearms. Whew. You can windshield wiper these two from side to side if you want. Okay, let's see with Sphinx pose. So I'm gonna bring forearms to the ground, fingertips pointing towards the front edge. Your legs are still binded together. They're pressing down into the floor. You're using your chest and your lower back to pull yourself up, keeping those hands on the ground. Okay, see if you can keep lifting. Can you pull your shoulder blades together? It's like you're pulling your shoulder blades back and together, looking forward, straight ahead. Keep breathing. Stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can lower down. Okay, this time we're gonna relax arms at the sides. Turn one cheek to the floor. Okay, so you're gonna look forward. We start to kick our feet up. You're still keeping these together. On the inhale, you're lifting your chest, you're lifting your arms, you're keeping the knees binded together. So either stay here with hands at your sides. If it feels okay, grab your feet and move into floor bow. So in this floor bow, I'm pulling my shoulder blades together. It's like you could like hold up a pencil and your shoulder blades behind you. Let's keep looking, let's keep rolling in that soft part of your stomach. Let's breathe in. And exhale, release down. Look to the right side. You move your feet from side to side. Okay. Now, legs are on the ground. You're lifting up. Legs out in front. Let's do one sitting forward fold. Let's do it with legs at a V shape. Okay, so we are growing tall, lengthening, and you're folding down. So reach your hands out in front of you. If you can reach for opposite legs. And just fold down. Okay, let's reach back up. We're gonna pull feet together. And you're keeping your feet together, glued to the ground as we reach the hands wide and you lower. So see if you can keep those heels still touching the floor as you lean back. The tendency is for them to lift, but you're keeping them glued down. We finally make it down here. All right. So now you're pulling that right knee in towards center. Just do a gentle rock from left to right. Pull this right knee across your body. Let's bring the right shoulder to the ground, lift to the right hand. If you want, you can bring left hand to help ground this right knee down. Okay, we're gonna lift up. Switching sides, right leg is on, left knee hugs in. You're moving, you're rocking this left knee from side to side. And now left knee across your body. Maybe use right hand to ground that bent leg. Look to the left hand, make sure both shoulders are still touching the floor. Okay, let's have the knees in. You can rock from side to side. And see if you can pull your nose towards the knees. Take a deep breath in. And exhale to release. So we're in our final Shavasana. You're taking up space on your mat. You're relaxing shoulders, jaw, legs, arms into the ground. Just let everything go. Wave off those lingering thoughts. And we will enjoy a few moments of rest. So I'll call you guys out when it's time. Okay, you're welcome to stay in your final Shavasana longer. If not, we're gonna lift up to a seat. And you can either sit with an easy seat with your legs crossed, or you can sit on your heels. And let's bring hands to heart center. Let's breathe in, lengthen through your spine, grow tall, relax your shoulders down. And let go of that air. Inhale again. And let go. The light in me honors the light in you. We bow down and say namaste.